Hello everyone, my name is Zoe and I'm a life coach. The topic for today is actually a question. So it is, what is your story? My story has different layers and I actually needed to remind myself yesterday that I'm a very strong person, that I'm a very strong woman because I've gone through quite a number of experiences in the short space of time that I've lived on this planet. I've had health challenges, major health challenges. I've had to wait for like 16 years before I had my first child. I've gone through financial challenges. I mean, the list goes on. So, what is your story? Your story needs to shape you to become a better person. Your story needs to make you smile. And even when you're having those days when you feel like this is just the worst day on earth, remember how strong you have been in the past. Remember your story. Remember when you had to surmount various challenges that other people ordinarily would just decide to give up. And then you didn't give up. Remember that you're a strong person mentally. Remember times when you went through difficult situations and you came out with your head held up high. That means you're a strong person. But sometimes when we're going through the next challenge, we forget how many challenges we've passed through, how many hoops you've been able to go through in life. This is another challenge. It might even seem worse off than the last one. But take courage and have strength from your other challenges that you were able to surmount. And that's one thing that keeps me going. When I had a major surgery a few years ago, I took a picture of myself. If I show you that picture, you would be like, is this the same person? I have that picture. If you want me to show it to you, just let me know and I will give you a sneak peek. I looked terrible. I looked like someone from the grave. But I was able to come out of that smiling with my head held up high. And today, when I look at myself, I say I'm a strong person. So when I'm going to some other challenge today, I look back at that picture and I deliberately took pictures of myself after that major surgery to encourage myself in the future when I will go through other challenges. To look at myself and say, Doye, if you could go through this challenge and you could come out smiling, and even when you were going through the challenge, I remember when some of my friends came to visit me and I ended up encouraging them. One of them said, I came here to encourage you and you're encouraging me. Those kind of things keep me going today. So even when I go through other challenges, I tell myself, okay, you've gone through 1, 2, and 3, and I take note of these challenges that I go through, and I take note of how I was able to surmount them. So when I have the next one that is just blowing my brains, that is making me feel depressed, it's making me feel useless, it's making me feel like you're not smart. You have those days when you say you're not intelligent, you're not smart. I don't even know what you're doing. You're just not a good person. And all those negative thoughts flood my mind. I take the pains to remember the other times in life when I was smart, the other times in life when I actually did make an effort and I did do well. Then I would say, okay, maybe today is just not my day. Today is an off day. You can have an off day once a week anyway. And then I'm able to have the bounce in my step. So, what is your story? Write it down. Write your story down. And ensure that you remember the positives and you remember the times when it was dark, when it was awful, and how you still came out of it strong and standing. So don't forget the hashtag. Be different because you are different, live different, think different, and ensure that your story is different.